Myself, K. Surisha, working as assistant professor in mechanical engineering department in MBR College of Engineering and Technology. Now we are going to do some problems. So what are those problems? Are helium at 300 kilopascal, 60 degrees centigrade, enters a nozzle with negligible velocity and expands steadily without heat transfer in a quasi-equilibrium manner to 120 kilopascal. The process is such that PV per 1.67 is equal to constant. Calculate the exit velocity. Here, what is our hint? Our hint is nozzle enters at kilopascal is nothing but pressure P1 and temperature T1. It is a steady way, that is open system, and quasi-static, which means infinite number of process, that is nothing but our work done is zero. Our work done is zero, and without no work done, and also here without heat transfer is nothing but Q is equal to zero. That is our given data. Here one more thing is given, PV per 1.67, that is nothing but polytropic process. Now we are going to solve the problem. So first of all, we take the given data. So this is our nozzle. This is our nozzle. So I enter at this point and exit at this point. At the enter point of nozzle, V1 is equal to 0. At the exit point of nozzle, we don't know what is the velocity. Now, in this problem, we are going to find out the exit velocity of nozzle. And because it is insulated and there is no work done and there is no heat transfer, helium at 300 kilopascal, 600 degrees centigrade, 60 degrees centigrade enters a nozzle with negligible velocity, that is nothing but V1 is equal to 0, and expands steadily without heat transfer, which means Q is equal to 0, in a quasi equilibrium manner, that is nothing but work done is equal to 0 manner to 120 kilopascal is nothing but P2. The process is such that that is nothing but polytropic process. PV per 1.67 is equal to constant. Calculate the exit velocity. That is the meaning of V2. We are going to calculate that. So this is now we are given that this is a figure of nozzle. So this is the figure of nozzle. Okay, this is the figure of nozzle. In this nozzle, this is the entry point, this is the exit point. There is no work done and heat transfer. And there is an elevation, potential energy is same, Z1 is equal to Z2, elevations are same. P1 and T1 at entry point, P2 and T2 at the exit point. Now take the values. Pressure of nozzle inlet P1 is equal to 300 kilopascal. 300 into kilo is nothing but 10 cube. Pascal is nothing but Newton per meter square. Temperature at nozzle inlet. Temperature at nozzle inlet T1 is equal to 60 degrees centigrade is equal to 60 plus 273 is equal to 333 Kelvin. And next, pressure at nozzle outlet P2 is equal to 120 kilopascal. 120 into 10 cube, that is kilo is nothing but 10 cube Newton per meter square, or for helium is taken to be 2078.5, or is nothing but characteristic gas constant. Okay, so you have to remember this value. If it is kilojoule, 207.85 kilojoule per kg, but we are taken in the form of joule per kg Kelvin. So 2078.5 joule per kg Kelvin. Sometimes the value would not mention in the above in the given problem. We have to remember this value also for thermodynamics. So those are all the values. Find for the value of V2. So from steady flow process, what do you know the equation of steady flow process? So this is the steady flow equation. Here our H1 minus H2 is replaced with the minus integral of VdP. Students, I want to tell one thing about the flow process. So steady flow process is nothing but it is applied for non-flow process. So flow process is nothing but open system. For open system, work done is in minus of integral VdP. We have to remember, students, for closed system work done is integral of VdV. For open system work done is integral of VdP. Okay, here H1 minus H2 replaced with the minus integral of VdP minus v2 square minus v1 square by 2 minus z2 minus z1 into g. Okay, here h2 minus h1 replace with the minus vdp. Okay, here there is no work done because if it is a quasi-static process, and v1 is equal to 0 because of at the starting point of nozzle velocity is negligible, and z1 is equal to z2. So put those values here, and what we get, v2 square is equal to minus 2 into integral of vdp. So we called as it is equation 1. We called as it is equation 1. And next, but from an isothermal, not it is isothermal because of pv power n is equal to constant, it is a polytropic process. Here it is a small mistake here, it is not a isothermal relation, it is a polytropic relation, pv power n equal to constant. So how can we rewrite as this equation, v is equal to c by p, c power 1 by n, p by 1 power n. Okay, and next this v value, this is equation 2. So this equation 2 we can substitute we can substitute in equation 1. So here we put the v value, substitute here. So what we get, v2 square is equal to minus 2 into c power 1 by n. So p power 1 by n inverse is minus 1 by n. So 1 to 2, from 1 to 2, p power minus 1 by n into dt, minus 2 into c into 1 power n into p2 power minus 1 by, here p power minus x gives rise to minus x plus 1 by minus x plus 1. Here also p2 power minus 1 by n plus 1 minus p1 power minus 1 by n plus 1 by minus 1 by n plus 1. That is the integration. Okay, using this relation, c power 1 by n is equal to, actually pv equal to constant. We know the relation. What do you know the relation? Pv is equal to constant. So if you know the pv equal to constant, pv is equal to, so from this here, from the pv power n is equal to constant, from this equation, what do you, how do you write it? C power 1 by n is equal to v into p power 1 by n. At the same way, p2 power 1 by n into v2, from this relation, from 2 above relation. So v2 square is equal to, we put c power 1 by 1 replace with this value whenever p2. So c power 1 by n replace whenever calculate with the c power 1 by n with p2. So c1 replace with p2 power 1 by n into v2. Whenever c power 1 by n multiply with p1, so put value of p1 power 1 by n into p1. So the same things, minus 2 into p2 into minus 1 by n plus 1 into p2 into 1 by n into v2 minus p1 into minus 1 by n plus 1 into p1 into 1 by n into v1 divided by minus 1 by n plus 1. And finally, minus 2 into n by n cancel, p2 v2 minus, so common this n term, minus 2n, p2 v2 minus p1 v1 by n. So finally we got minus 2 into pv equal to rt. Okay, pv equal to rt. So here pv equal to rt means r common with r and t2 minus t1. So r into t2 minus t1. So finally we got minus 2 into n by n minus 1 into p2 v2 minus p1 v1 replace with r into t2 minus t1. Already we know the equation of t2 minus t1 by p2 minus p1 by gamma n minus 1 by n, and is equal to v1 by v2 n minus 1. But here only we are using pressure relation. So T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of n minus 1 by n. Okay, so T2 is equal to, so substitute the values of P2 and P1 values. Already we know the n value also. Where we can get the n value? Already in the above problem, n value is equal to 1.67 and P1 is 300 kilopascal and P2 is 120 kilopascal. Kilo is replaced with L cube. Okay, so substitute the values here and got the value of T2, and this T2 value substitute here. Already we have T1 value from the above problem, and substitute all values here, and finally we got the value of V2 square. So exit velocity is equal to V2 is equal to 1030.24 meter per second. Okay, definitely you have to mention the units. Okay, otherwise it is not valid for that value. Next, we are going to solve another problem. What is that another problem? Air expands in reversible adiabatic manner through a horizontal nozzle from 800 kilopascal and 350 degrees centigrade. That is the meaning of, because of our hint is nozzle and pressure is P1 and temperature is 350 degrees centigrade. To an exit pressure of 100 kilopascal is nothing but P2. Determine the exit velocity, nothing but V2, and mass flow rate, nothing but m power dot. If the exit area is 5 meters centimeters, that is nothing but A2. Exit is nothing but A2. Neglect the inlet velocity. Neglect inlet velocity. Assume gamma is equal to 1.4, Cp is equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. This value also have to remember. Sometimes it is not given. Here characteristic gas constant value is given. R is equal to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So this is our hint is nozzle. Our hint is nozzle. This is our nozzle. This is inlet. This is outlet. Z1 is equal to Z2. Here, when now the nozzle is given, Q is equal to 0, W is equal to 0. When the nozzle is given, Q is equal to 0, W is equal to 0, and initial pressure at the inlet of nozzle is P1 800 kilopascal. Initial temperature T1 is equal to 350 degrees centigrade. So we have to convert degree centigrade into Kelvin by adding 273. So that is 350 plus 273 is equal to 623 Kelvin, and exit pressure is P2 is equal to, and exit pressure is P2 is equal to 100 kilopascal. And next, inlet velocity, it is neglected, so V1 is equal to 0, and exit area A2 is equal to 5 centimeters square. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. In terms of meters, 10 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. So specific heat and constant pressure already given in the above problem. Cp is equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Ratios of specific heats, that is nothing but gamma or adiabatic index. Gamma is equal to 1.4. Sometimes this value also not given in the problem. We have to remember gamma value also 1.4. And gas constant, the characteristic gas constant or gas constant both are same. So R is equal to 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So this is our problem. Now we are going to find out the V2 and mass flow rate. Already we know the steady flow energy equation. What of the second unit? We have to remember the steady flow energy equation, and based upon the problem you can do the problem. You can solve the problem very easily. The steady flow energy equation you can remember. Okay, and applying steady flow energy equation at point 1 and 2, h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus z1 plus q is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus z2 plus w. Okay, this is input and this is output. Q is input and W is output. Okay, and since air expands in a reversible adiabatic manner, whenever the reversible adiabatic manner, Q is equal to 0. So here Q is equal to 0 and Z1 is equal to Z2, and Z1 is equal to Z2 is cancelled, and here Q is equal to 0 and W also 0. So finally we have to remember whenever the nozzle worked done and the Q is 0. Okay, and first from state 1 to state 2, thus the above equation reduces to h1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2. Already velocity at inlet is neglected, so v1 is equal to 0. Finally what we get, v2 square is equal to 2 into h2 minus h1 minus h2. Finally v is equal to v2 is equal to root of 2 into h1 minus h2. V2 is equal to 2. Actually, in terms of difference of enthalpy is equal to Cp into T1 minus T2. You have to remember one of the difference of enthalpy is given. It is taken in the form of Cp into T1 minus T2. So H1 minus H2 is equal to Cp into T1 minus T2. Okay, we replace H1 minus H2 replace with Cp into T1 minus T2 for adiabatic, for reversibly adiabatic process. For reversible adiabatic process, T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 whole to the power of gamma minus 1 by gamma. Okay, for reversible adiabatic process. So place all the values here and got the value of T2 and substitute T2 value here. Already T1 value is given and Cp is 1.005. T1 value given, T2 we got, and finally we got the value of V2 value is 23.69. We don't know the values of enthalpies, so we converted in the form of temperatures. So the H1 minus H2 is equal to Cp into T1 minus T2. We know all the values and substitute the values here and got the exit velocity of nozzle. From ideal gas relations, now we are going to calculate the mass flow rate, and for ideal gas we know PV equal to MRT. Density is equal to mass by volume. So density is equal to P2 by RT2. So already we know the P2 value, R is 0.287 and T2 from already we got from above. So substitute all values, we got the density at rho 2. Mass flow rate is given. Mass flow rate is given. Why you are taken R2? Because he asked what he asked, determine the exit velocity. Exit, which means at the and exit, which means second section, not first section, and the mass flow rate, that is the meaning of V2 and M2. So that is the reason we take and rho T is equal to P2 by RT2. Okay, and substitute all values here. So mass flow rate M is given by M2 is equal to rho to V2 V2, velocity, area, density. So substitute all values here. Already we calculated V2 from above. So this is V2. So substitute the values here. We got the mass flow rate. Here m dot is the kg per second. So we have calculated velocity V2 and mass flow rate. Okay, in this problem. Now we are going to solve another problem. An axial flow compressor of a gas turbine plant receives air from atmosphere at a pressure of 1 bar, temperature 300 Kelvin and velocity 60 meter per second. At the discharge of compressor, the pressure is 5 bar and the velocity is 100 meter per second. That is the meaning of T1, T1, V1, and here P2, V2. Mass flow through the compressor is 20 kg per second. So M dot. Assuming isentropic compression, calculate the power required to drive the compressor. That is nothing but power required to drive the compressor is work done. Also calculate the inlet and outlet pipe diameters. That is the meaning of D1 and D2. Okay, so first of all, take the hint and take the given data. Start with every time we have to start with the data. So if you know the data, you can calculate the problem very easily. First, we start with data. Already he has given mass flow rate. M dot is equal to 20 kg per second, and inlet parameters P1 1 bar. 1 bar is nothing but 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. 1 bar is nothing but 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. That is the standard, and taken in the form of 10 cube into 10 square. 10 cube is nothing but kilo. So 10 square is nothing but 100. 100 into kilo Newton per meter square. That is pressure. And T1 is in the form of Kelvin only. So no need to change. T1 is equal to 300 Kelvin and velocity V1 is equal to 60 meter per second. So V1 given, and outlet parameters P2 is equal to 5 bar. That is the meaning of 5 into 10 to the power of 5. So in terms of kilo Newton per meter square, so 5 into 10 square into kilo Newton per meter square. So that is in the form of 100 kilo Newton per meter square. Velocity V2 is equal to 100 meter square. Here, here he has given one thing, that is assuming isentropic compression. Assuming isentropic compression is nothing but from 1 to 2, taking isentropic compression is nothing but volume changes, so decreases. So from 1 to 2, here that is the meaning of compression isentropic. This is the compression, but above problem given isentropic compression. So on PV diagram we taken in the form of like that only. So it is the P1 and this is P2 and this is V1 and this is V2. Okay, this is volume V1 and this is volume V2. So this is the diagram. So everything is given. Airflow compressor of a gas turbine plant receives air from atmosphere P1, T1, V1 and discharge pressure P2, V2. M dot. Assume isentropic compression. Calculate the power required to drive the compressor. Also calculate the inlet and outlet pipe diameters. Okay, this is our problem. Here a diagram also given from the above problem. V1 and V2 also given. This diagram we taken in the form of TS. So whenever the curves are there on view diagram, so curve is converted into straight lines. Here 1 to 2 is compression. This curve is converted into straight line in TS diagram. So 1 to 2 compression. So this is a P, this is a T1 and this is a T2. Because of this is PV diagram and this is TS diagram. Whenever the curves on PV diagram, that curves will be converted in the form of straight forms. Okay, in TS diagram. Here P1, V1 and this is a T1, T2 and V1, V2 also given on the above diagram. The diagram also given in the question. So assume, already I told sometimes that those values are not given, so you have to remember. So Cp is equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin, or is it nothing but characteristic gas constant 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Gamma is equal to 1.4. Specific heat ratio or adiabatic index for isentropic process. What do you know the for isentropic process? Isentropic process, there is nothing but there is no heat transfer. For isentropic process, T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 gamma minus 1 by gamma. For, for isentropic process, for adiabatic process, taken in the form of this relation only. For adiabatic process, for isentropic process, both are same. Isentropic process and adiabatic process are both are same. So T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 gamma minus 1 by gamma. So T2 is equal to, put all values here and got the T2 value because of 1 to 2 is isentropic process. Have to remember isentropic process and adiabatic process are both are same, both are same. So T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 gamma minus 1 by gamma. So already I told students, whenever the change in enthalpy, whenever the change in enthalpy H1 minus H2 is equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. H1 minus H2 is equal to Cp into T1 minus T2. Here H2 minus H1 is equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. Okay, so place the value of Cp 1.005 into, we know the value of T2, substitute 475.145 minus T1, already given T1. Yeah, T1. Okay, so substitute these values, we got the change in enthalpy H2 minus H1 is equal to 176.02 kilojoule per kg. Okay, kilojoule per kg. Assuming the atom level to be equal, that is nothing but Z1 is equal to Z2. Applying steady flow energy equation, what do you know? Because of there is no Q. Because of isentropic process is nothing but adiabatic process. So in adiabatic process, there is no heat transfer. Should remember adiabatic process and isentropic process both are same. Whenever the adiabatic process or isentropic process are given, Q is equal to 0. So there is no Q here. So M into, from what do you know the steady flow energy equation, and m dot h1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to m dot h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus w. Because of isentropic process, Q is equal to 0. And finally we got the equation of W is equal to m dot into h1 minus h2 plus v1 square minus v2 square by 2, and place all the values here, and finally we got the value of W is equal to minus 3584.4 kilowatts. Why we got the negative value? Because of our compression work, because of our compression work done on the system, not work done by the system. That is why we got a negative work done. So negative work done is nothing but it is a compression process. If it is a positive process, it is a work done by the system. Here negative is there, that is work done on the system, that is nothing but a compression. If it is positive, it is a expansion, so it is a compression. So that is why we got negative work done. So minus W minus 3584.4 kilowatts. Joule per second is nothing but water. So finally we got a kilowatt, and power required to drive the compressor is 3584.4 kilowatt. Okay, finally we got a power required to drive the compressor. Okay, so finally work done P is equal to 3500 3500 84.4 kilowatt. And perfect gas equation, PV is equal to MRT, because of we are going to calculate the diameters of inlet and outlet. So that is why we are taking perfect gas equation. What is perfect gas equation? Perfect gas equation is PV is equal to MRT. So your specific volumes, if you have specific volumes, specific PV equal to MRT. So we replace, so we got PV equal to MRT, volume by mass gives rise to specific volume. So specific volume is equal to RT by P1. So specific volume V2 is equal to RT2 by P2. So got the specific volumes of V1 and V2. Those are the specific volumes. So cross sectional area of inlet and outlet pipe. So density is equal to here density is equal to mass by volume. So mass is equal to density into volume. So here density, volume is nothing but area into velocity. So density replaced with 1 by specific volume. So density is equal to 1 by specific volume. So m dot is equal to a1 v1 by a specific volume v1. Understand students, density is equal to mass by volume. Mass is equal to density into volume. Volume taken in the form of area into velocity, and density is taken in the form of 1 by specific volume. Finally, we got area into velocity by specific volume. So A1 is equal to m dot V1. That is m dot into area is equal to m dot into specific volume by V1 here. So what do you know the area? Area is nothing but pi by 4 d square and this value, and got the value of D1. And similarly, A dot is equal to m dot into V1 by m dot into specific volume. This is okay. Here we just replace m dot into specific volume by V1, not ballasted, which is a mistake. And the area is nothing but pi by 4 d2 square. And finally, we got this equal value, and got the value for d2. So finally, we have calculated the work done and work done of compressor and diameters of inlet and outlet. Thank you, students.